The following program is furnished by Central Valley Sports Report.
I'm Camille Moultrie, and this is Jason Phillips.
And we've got plenty of special guests on the show for you today, water polo, football, and basketball.
And not to mention a big announcement. So don't go anywhere. The CVSR show starts now. We have a lot of exciting guests on the show for you today. And speaking of exciting guests, I'm here with Cassidy Crouch, who is a junior at Clovis High, who is on the water polo team. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, of course. Okay, so tell us a little bit about your season. How is it going for you?
Well, so far it's going great. We just came off of a win of a tournament, Central Valley Showdown. That was a big win for us. I think it ranked as #1 in the Valley so far.
Wow.
I think we placed 3rd in a St. Francis tournament just a 2 weeks ago. And then we have an upcoming tournament. It's called NorCals, and that places us in a higher bracket for different seedings and such. So yeah, it's going good so far.
Great, that sounds good. So you are a junior, and you are also a team captain as a junior.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Tell us about that. How is that?
It's great just leading my team by example, by words. I'm also partnered up with our co-captain, McKenna Haas.
Okay.
Yeah, and so we just keep them intact. We listen to our coaches. We represent the team.
Great. And you're a goalie.
Yes.
What's it like being a goalie? What do you need to do to be good at that? I know it's hard for most people to stay afloat in the water, more than a minute. So what's that like for you?
Well, I've been doing it since 7th grade, so it's like natural to me. It's like second nature, and I could do it forever if I really wanted to.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's fun though. I like it.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so what do you like to do outside of water polo? I mean, what kind of hobbies do you have?
I love hanging out with friends and family. I have about 3 best friends. I like them a lot. I hang out with them a lot. I read. I really like to read, and I play chess. Sounds a little nerdy, but I play chess.
You play chess?
Yes.
That's awesome. Are you involved in any tournaments or leagues, or how do you?
I used to be when I was little. I even had a private tutor, but
Oh my gosh.
being with sports in school, I'm too busy now to do that. But
Right.
I used to.
Oh, okay. Awesome. And so what are your plans for next year? You'll be a senior, but after your senior year, do you have any colleges that you'd like to go to, or what are you looking at?
Well, Stanford's been a dream school of mine,
awesome.
but that's pretty hard to get into. So I've been looking at CBU, maybe Point Loma, schools like that.
To play water polo still?
Yes, hopefully water polo.
Okay, great. And I know you're very involved in the community, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so what do you do as far as that?
I volunteer at my church. I help with little kids. I volunteer at Mrs. Winkle's pet adoption place, and I volunteer at Cedar Brook's Memory Care for dementia and Alzheimer's. I volunteer there. I tutor
Awesome.
too
Oh, what do
for
you tutor?
elementary kids, math and English.
Oh, great, that's awesome. All right, well, thank you so much for joining us, and good luck this season.
Thank you for having me.
All right, will you do me one favor and take us out to commercial?
Don't go anywhere. We have a lot more show coming for you. Be right back.
I'm Derek Carr. You're trying to get to college, make sure you check out Central Valley Sports Report.
What's up, Central Valley? Jason Phillips here, and I'm joined by a special guest, Mike Nolte, head football coach of the Liberty Madera Hawks. Coach, I've been wanting to get you in here for a while. Big fan of your program. If you don't know a lot about Liberty Madera, this is your 6th year, Coach. About three so years ago, 2011, we started to see it, but 2012, you guys have been 30-2 since then, after 500 first 3 years, 20 and 18. But since 2012, you had a senior class that consisted of guys like Wade Wallace, Richie Brandt, C.J. Cambra. They have been the difference and the reason for your guys' success?
Yeah, I think so. I think those are good kids that have put in a lot of hard work. And, the kids that are around them have also, sort of taken their lead and put in that work as well. So yeah, I would say so.
Now, you're nestled way out there in the ranchos, small little, Madera town. But recently, in the past, you've had one kid successfully go to college at Sacramento State. We were talking off camera, Wade Wallace, C.J. Cambra. I mean, these guys are actually getting looked at by colleges. A couple other guys, maybe?
Yeah, I hope so. I think we have good kids. They get good grades. They deserve a shot at playing at the next level, and I think the desire is there to do it for them too as well. So.
Now, C.J. Cambra is a senior. He anchors an offensive line that this team has averaged 300 rushing yards, 7.2 yards a carry. You guys run the football out there in Liberty. Wade Wallace, a running back, along with Richie Brandt. Kind of talk about the job they do and what you guys do offensively. I mean, you guys are outscoring opponents 241 to 34 in your 5 games this year. That is insane.
Yeah, we're off to a good start, and the kids are really starting to play good football. The offensive line is I think played one of their best games this past week against Corcoran, and Wade and Richie and the other running backs are really reaping the benefits. I mean, those guys are guys that run the football real hard, and they're physical runners. They have a good mix of power and speed when they run the football, and they're fun to watch. It's really, I sometimes sit back and just enjoy them.
Yeah, you have to. Zach Ritchie's your quarterback. I mean, how does he control this offense?
Zach does a great job. His mentality for the position has been really good. He's an even-keeled kid. He doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low. Knows the responsibility of playing that position in our system, and has really embraced it. So he's the sort of the glue to the whole thing, I think.
Nice. We were talking just a few minutes ago how 1 or 2 senior classes can kind of change your program, put you into a different division, just based off a couple good years, and then the following senior class and the kids, coming in, they have to pay for it. Kind of talk about that system. You guys have moved from D5 to D4. We could even see you guys in D3 next year.
I don't know about that.
How do you feel about that?
I think we're up for the challenge this year, and I think the kids after the junior class and the sophomore, freshman, the classes behind these guys are really going to have to rise up to the challenge that has been presented to us because of our success. I'm not a huge fan of the whole system, because I think enrollment should play a huge part in how they place teams in divisions, but the system as it currently is competitive equity, and that's where we are. So
Now, you're an enrollment of 560 some odd kids with a 40-man roster. I mean, there's schools with higher enrollment that can't even field a 30-man roster.
yeah, the kids really buy into what we're doing, and success breeds success, and the kids want to be a part of it, and it's good to see. I mean, I'm happy that the kids are excited about playing football at Liberty.
Now, you do a much better job with this program outside of the field. I mean, your team GPA, as you were telling me, over 3.4?
Yeah, I mean, we've been up that high in the past. I'm not sure exactly where our GPA falls this year, but I'd be willing to bet that we'll be above 3.0. Yeah.
Whew. Now, you finished your non-league slate. You've gone 5-0. You're getting ready for league. Just kind of give us a brief little, kind of what you think your team can do and achieve. 3 straight Valley titles, possibly.
That's the goal. There's a tough road. There's some good teams out there that we've got to get through, and our league is no exception. The teams in our league have great history. Yosemite is obviously, and I'll just go in the order that we play them in, but Yosemite has great history. I know they've fallen off a little bit in recent past, but at the same time, the tradition is there. Sierra, same thing.
Right.
Then we play Washington Union, who we have not beat yet. So that's sort of been, those guys have been thorn in our sides for a few years now. Well, 6 years now. We haven't.
They
beat
won
them,
league
so.
last year. Your kids looking forward to that game?
Yeah, I think they do. I think they have that one circled. We do our best to keep it 1 week at a time, but I think everybody has that one circled. And then of course Kerman and Chowchilla to finish the league season. Those guys, I mean, we just hope that we can get the kind of tradition that those schools have developed and keep playing good football.
I think you guys could do it. I'm betting on the Liberty Hawks this year. 3-peat. Mike Nolte, head football coach. If you haven't watched a game, go out there and see these guys. They are fun to watch. Coach, thank you for being with us.
Thank you. I
We'll be
appreciate
right
it.
back with much more. Stay with us. Jason Phillips back with you, and I'm joined now by another special guest. This young man is Colin Dallaire from the Clovis West basketball team. Colin has a special announcement he's going to make with us here in just a few minutes, but before we get to that, let's get started. Colin, how you doing, man? How's your weekend?
It was good. Just kind of hung out. Didn't really do anything.
Well, right on, life of a high school kid, huh? Must
Yep.
be nice. So, Colin, you're 6'7", big kid, man. You've been playing ball for a lot of your life, but your situation is kind of similar to a lot of kids from this area that have a problem of playing out of their position. You're 6'7", playing in the post because your bigs go down, but you have the play of a guard. Kind of talk about the transition and how you've dealt with it.
Well, I mean, I've kind of played guard all my life, and then all of a sudden when I get into high school, I have to play post, and so it actually kind of helped me a little bit playing post these last 3 years because I was able to develop a post game, and so when I have smaller guys on me on the outside, I can take them down low, and then I actually have a post game now. Because before I never had a post game, so actually it's good and bad. So
Right, I mean, a big guy that can shoot the ball, and you've got handles, so you're going to be well adapted at the next level, where you're going to be playing your actual position, the three, the small forward. Excited about that?
yeah, I'm really excited. Yeah, haven't really been able to do that a whole lot. So
Now, you got your growth spurt right around 8th grade, is that right? I mean, you went from 5'10",
freshman year, 8th grade.
and then jumped up all the way to 6'6", freshman year?
Yeah, yep.
Ooh, man, coach must have been happy.
Yeah, I think he was probably.
Now, you have you've got a special announcement coming up. Now, let's go to the recruiting trail. So, you go from Colin Dallaire, just a normal Valley kid, to all of a sudden you're an ESPN top 50 small forward prospect. Now, this just didn't happen overnight. It took a while of hard work. What areas of your game did you have to improve to get this?
Well, the areas I had to improve on most were probably my ball handling and my shooting, and just I have to work on everything. I mean, if you want to be good, you have to be good at everything. So I just kind of had to make my make my negatives and the positives, and make my positives even better. So.
Now, you did a lot of this on your own time, kind of individual work,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
Who helped you? Anybody
Um,
specific?
I had Coach Slater help me, and then that was my dad helped me, and then that's about it.
And what? Give us a couple schools that were recruiting you. I mean, did you have had interest in you?
Air Force, Montana, Colgate, Metro State, Cal Baptist, and
All right, so what going into that, looking at the schools that you had lined up, what was your interest? Where did you want to go?
like pretty much as like going through the recruiting process, I always have my mind on like D1 and everything. So I don't know. I didn't really have like a specific place I wanted to go really. It's just I didn't really have a specific place.
Well, you have a specific place now. You've got a full ride to a specific college. This is Colin Dallaire's special announcement. Colin, where are you playing ball next year, man?
Cal Baptist University.
Cal Baptist University, a private Christian school, full ride. I heard they have a beautiful campus.
Yep.
What sold you on Cal Baptist?
The coaches were amazing. They were all like really nice to me, just treated me really good. Their campus was really nice. Their offense fit me really well. I felt like I would go in there and be able to fit in perfectly. And the players is what stood out to me most, honestly. The players, this time I spent with them, they were all just like, they accepted me.
Nice.
And they were really nice. And I just had a really good experience there, and I just felt it.
Now you're going in as a freshman next year, but coach has told you he's actually going to give you a chance to compete for a starting role right off the bat.
Yes. Yes.
All right, man. How about that?
Yeah, it'll
Cal
be fun.
Baptist University getting a stud. Colin Delaire from the Valley, man. I thank you for being on the show. I'm glad you're here because we need more stories like yourself here on this show. If you're an athlete in the Central Valley, you're getting looked at, please come on board here with CVSR. Colin, thanks a lot so much for joining us,
Thank
man.
you.
Good luck the rest of this year at Clovis West and
Thank
Cal Baptist next year, man.
Thank you.
And coming up, guys, student section of the week. You do not want to miss this.
We're looking for the loudest, livest, craziest student section in the Central Valley to feature on our show. Hit us on Facebook and Twitter, email us, tell us why we should come to your school and feature you as our student section of the week.
Can I go to the sleepover?
Lucy, I want you to promise me something. If there's any drinking, I want you to say, "No thanks, not my thing."
Mom.
I promise you, your real friends won't care. Deal?
I promise, Mom.
They really do hear you.
Did you pack your toothbrush?
For tips on how to start the talk, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov. A public service message from the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration.
Welcome back to the CVSR show. I'm joined here by Larry Abney and Shamika Conway. Now, they are the founders of the Abney Conway Athletic Scholarship. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having
All
us.
right, so tell us a little bit about this scholarship and how can people get involved and how did it get started?
Well, it got started over breakfast. We were just having breakfast, and I was my mind was wondering because I work at Central East High School, and last year we signed 18 athletic scholarship.
Oh,
So
wow.
it just had me thinking about my kids who didn't receive a scholarship and, just how we can help them or what could be done for them. So we were sitting at breakfast, and I was just like, I have this idea, what do you think about it? And it was born.
Wow.
It's continued to grow since that point. There's so many kids who have the misconception that they have to get a full scholarship or nothing.
Right.
There's so many different opportunities to still attend school with help, and we just want to be a part of that. It's an athletic scholarship, and again, so many kids think that it's a full scholarship or you get nothing. But in the Division II NAIA kids, which a lot of athletes are attending, you get partial scholarships, and any amount of money added to that is definitely a huge help. So that's what we're attempting to do.
Awesome. Now, I know both of you are very involved in sports. You were former Fresno State basketball player, right? Tell us a little bit about that.
I played at Fresno State from '95 to 2000,
okay.
a long time ago now. But after that, I got the opportunity to play 12 years professional basketball, and since that point, just the entire time, I've always been an advocate of kids having an opportunity to play, sports in college and attend college. The road I took myself was one, from humble beginnings, and I didn't know about the opportunity of what it could provide me. And it's done so much for me. When Shamika came to me with the idea, it was like, whatever we can do, let's do it. And it was born. It started off pretty much with her, she'll throw a couple coins in the pot, I'll throw a couple coins in the pot, and we'll see how it goes from then. But since we've gotten the word out, so many people want to be a part of it, it's continuing to grow. It started as a peanut, and it's becoming a gallery, and we just want to see how far we can take it and how many people we can help.
Great. So this is the first year you're doing it. I know as of now you offer a $1,000 scholarship, correct?
And again, that's the amount that we started with, but at this point, we don't really want to put a dollar amount on it yet because, again, so many people are wanting to help. We'll see where it ends up, and every dime that's given to us for the scholarship is going to go directly to the student athlete we select.
Great. That's awesome. So Shamika, you're a counselor at Central High School. Tell us about that. What do you do to help the student athletes get to the next level in their sports careers?
Sure. Me, along with a team of people at Central, as soon as a freshman come in the ninth grade, we tag them if they're potential Division I, Division II, NAIA. So I track that freshman from ninth grade to senior year to make sure they become eligible, make sure they take the ACT, SATs, because most student athletes, they think that they're great and that's all it takes, but it's so much more. I can't emphasize grades. If you don't have the grades, you're not eligible. So like I said, last year, it was an honor to be a part of Central East High School, Central High School signing 18 scholarships, and most of my kids went to Division I's, and they went to big schools. I have a kid at Oklahoma, I have a kid at Arizona State. So, you know, it's huge. And I have a love for student athletes. I love what I do for student athletes. It's awesome, and it's a great thing. I really love what I do. I'm passionate about it.
That's good. It sounds like you both really have a heart for helping people, and I know you are from the Fresno area. Right. So what's your vision kind of with this whole athletic scholarship and giving back? What's your heart behind it?
Well, my whole vision is basically, as you said, I am from Fresno, California. I always want to give back to my community. It's important to me. You know, I started from the bottom, and, you know, now that I'm making my way to be successful, I just want to share that success and help other people, you know, other kids, other athletes, you know, make it to where they want to become. As Larry said, it started out, you know, right now it's athletic scholarship, but eventually I want to make it into a foundation and do backpack drives at the beginning of the year, do toy drives during the holidays. So right now it's small, but I envision it being large, like, you know, so that's my idea, is just to keep building from it and just to continue to give back, not just to kids, just to, you know, families, toy drives, Christmas drives, just continue to give back to the community of Fresno.
Great. So it sounds like you have a lot of plans for growth with this foundation.
Absolutely.
Great. So Larry, tell us a little bit, you know, what would you say to athletes out there that are looking to apply for this scholarship that, you know, may not have the motivation or the desire to go out and apply? What words of encouragement would you give to them?
Well, I mean, if I was talking to one of the kids, just to give them the opportunity to let them know that once you go to college, it opens a whole new door to a whole new world. It's so important to get out of the box that we're in. And once you go to college, it opens up so much. A lot of people are afraid that, you know, how can I afford college? There's so many different, not just our program, but there's so many different programs that aren't even taken advantage of to allow these kids to go to college. And once they do accept that opportunity, platforms like this and counselors like Shamika at schools across you know, California and where I'm from, New York, once they give that opportunity to these kids and get these kids out there, then it's an amazing opportunity.
Great. All right. Well, Larry, Shamika, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
All right. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be right back.
Friday night's coming up, and if you don't have a date, don't despair. CVSR.TV has got you covered. Follow along on our show and get all the information about high school sports that you need to know. Well, Central Valley, that was our show for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Camille, who was your favorite guest on today?
I'd have to say Larry Abney and Shamika Conway. Learning about their scholarship opportunities was awesome.
Yeah, that's great what they do out there. I'm glad we got Mike Nolte on. Been wanting to get him for a while. And hey, Colin and Cassidy were fun.
They were. It's always good when we can get great athletes on the show.
That's right, guys. You can catch the show right here Sunday mornings, 9:30 a.m. every week on KAIL.
Also, if you're an athlete or you know an athlete that we should be talking to, contact us. And take control of your recruiting. Go online and create a free profile.
So until next week, we're out, Central Valley.